and welcome to my darkroom. As you can see, this is much different from Brian's. I'm not using a bathroom, but rather I'm using a dedicated darkroom. You can see that I have the enlarger right here, and on this side I have my wet side, where I do all my developing of the paper. Today we're going to be doing a brief tour of my darkroom. There's not much, but we'll see what we've got. Okay, so what we have here is where I sit to do my enlarging. I find that a chair makes it enormously more comfortable in longer sessions. I permanently have my enlarger set up. This is a Bessler 4x5 enlarger with a colour head. At the moment I'm just developing paper. Now this is quite a large enlarger, as you can see, and it's also automated. So with this button on the side, I can actually move the head up and down, just like that. Okay, also have my timer just here. I have some speakers just here. I find that longer sessions in the darkroom are always more pleasing or pleasant with some music, generally some nice calming music. Over here you can see, or you might be able to see, that I've taped a bit of black plastic over my light switch because I tend to find that I'm a forgetful person, and if I don't tape black plastic over, then I can turn the light on accidentally, exposing the paper. In front of me I have my enlarging board. It's only a 2-blade board at the moment. I am saving up for a 4-blade. We have a coffee cup, remnants from the last darkroom session. I do find that coffee helps time go by as well as random cameras that tend to hang around. I have my negatives here in a folder. These in particular are my 4x5 negatives, and I tend to have a selection of negatives hanging around so that I don't have to keep going in and out of the darkroom. I can just stay here and print as it is. I also keep a spare lens or two just here. So this one here, I have a spare 50mm lens in case I want, this one's an 80mm lens in case I want to switch from printing 4x5 to 35mm or to 6x6. Over here we have some canned air, which is always good for removing dust off the negatives. Also have a contact sheet printer. Recently picked this up, haven't had a chance to use it just yet. But eventually when I get around to it, I will be archiving all my negatives with contact sheets so that I know what I've actually got. Okay, so moving further around the room, we have some Manfrotto light stands with some studio continuous lighting that I picked up recently at a darkroom sale. And I'm just only using this for the purpose of this video because obviously there's not much light in my darkroom. So in case you're wondering what this is, that's it. Behind me is also a continuous black backdrop as well as a spare roll for my wall-mounted backdrop system, which I also picked up in the sale of basically a complete darkroom. Now behind these you can see some black plastic. What this is just building grade black plastic that I've stapled to a basic wooden frame that's basically an oblong, and what that means is that these panels, I'm not sure if you can really see it, but there's a divide here. I can take these panels out so that the room then becomes a normal functioning room. This is just to cover any light leaks, this loose section here. And what this means is that while I can't print during the day, I can print at night, and I can turn this room back into a room if I need to at any point in time. So it's not a permanent fixture, but it is semi-permanent in the sense that I don't have to pack up and reset up each darkroom session. Okay, so moving further around the room, you can see that I have a spare baseboard. This I also picked up in the darkroom sale. I basically bought a entire college darkroom for a very substantially reduced price, so I didn't refuse anything. I just picked up everything and I've just stored it in here, and I'll sort through it eventually at some point in time. Most of it is quite helpful. So underneath that I also have a dedicated paper safe, which I've yet to install, in a particular section, but again I got that in the darkroom sale. I have my slide projector screen here and quite a large softbox in the background here. I don't have anywhere else to store them, so my darkroom acts as both a storage room as well as darkroom, and that goes also for my light stands, which are over here, and more softboxes here. Never mind the cables just here. These are some spare reels. It does look a lot. Again, I haven't sorted through them yet. And up here I have the wet bench for where I develop my black and white paper. Again, I have some spare reels here, and I actually picked up a safe light recently as well. Up until then I was using a bulb in the ceiling, but I found that that wasn't brilliant in the sense that the connection wasn't great because I had to use an adapter to make that bulb work. So now I have a dedicated safe light. Also have my change bag behind that and some spare negative holders. I have some trays down here and also just some miscellaneous gear. So I've got some developing chemicals down here, some Dettol that I haven't mixed up quite yet, and I also have some large 20 by 24 inch paper which doesn't fit in the paper safe, nor does it fit in my cupboard. We also have, probably just on the edge of the screen here, some large trays suitable for the 20 by 24 inch paper. Okay, so this is the cupboard where I keep all of my gear. Behind me here you can see where I hang my film. There's still a strip here which I haven't bothered to file away just yet. Now in the top section of the cupboard we have mainly chemicals. The iodine is for an upcoming post based on colour film developed in household chemicals, which I haven't had a chance to perfect just yet. The next shelf we have here has some part of an E6 bath that I haven't got around to purchasing the rest of it yet, but also some spare developing containers, as well as some fixer, I think. No, that's an empty container there, and the washing soda left over from my caffeinol experimentation, and also part of a 6x6 colour enlarger that was given to me by a good friend in there. Okay, so this is the rest of the cupboard. The image is going to look slightly disordered because I had to use a fisheye on my video camera to make sure that everything was within the video eye, so to speak, because my darkroom is slightly cramped, so positioning was difficult. But, so in here I have paper. As you can see, I have just about every type of paper imaginable, and a lot of it's expired. Some of it's fogged, but that I just reserve for experimenting with and just playing around a bit. Below that we have a selection of lenses. This is so that I can pick them out easily when I need to if I don't have the right one on my bench over there. Underneath that I actually have an APS film scanner that I haven't used just yet because I haven't shot much APS film, but when I eventually get around to finishing the rolls that I have in operation, this will come into play. Behind that I have the rest of the 6x6 colour enlarger that I had the other piece up on the shelf above, and below I have my slide projector, as well as storage of actual prints, photos from quite a while ago. Okay, so by now you've seen the aspects of my darkroom. You're probably wondering, how do I do without running water? Well, what I tend to do is obviously expose my print with enlarger and then take it over to the wet side, and I have my tray set up on that bench there, and I develop the paper, and then I have a bucket underneath where I put my prints in until I can take them into the laundry where I do all my film processing to rinse them off properly. And I tend to do that at the end of my developing session. While my developing sessions might go for a couple of hours, it's generally just working on maybe 2 or 3 prints, just getting them exactly right, and just taking it easy, you know, just chilling out, listening to music, maybe enjoy some coffee, occasionally a drink of port, and yeah, just chilling out kind of thing. So for me, this darkroom is more than just a functional darkroom. It's actually kind of like a retreat where I go to. So by now you will have seen 2 different types of darkrooms. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them on the end of the post and I can get back to you there.